Hello, and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. My name is Cecilia, and on behalf of OTC Markets, we're very pleased you've joined us for our next live presentation from Bigg Digital Assets. Before I introduce our speaker, a few points to note. Please submit your questions in the question box to the left of the slides. If you are interested in scheduling a meeting with Bigg Digital Assets, please click on the Meetings tab found on the left navigation bar. You will be able to view the company's availability and submit a meeting request. On a final note, all of today's presentations will be recorded and available for 24/7 replay. At this point, I'm very pleased to welcome Mark Benz, CEO and Director of Bigg Digital Assets, which trades on the OTCQX Best Market under the symbol BBKCF and on the CSE under the symbol BIGG. Welcome back, Mark.
Thanks, Cecilia. It's great to be here this morning during these crazy times in cryptocurrency and to present everyone Bigg Digital Assets and what we're doing as a business and where we're going. I'm sure there's a mix of existing investors who love to get updates. We'll provide updates as we go, and there may be some new interested investors on this call. So we'll explain the businesses from top to bottom as well. First and foremost, we are a cryptocurrency company, a digital asset company, and our tagline is compliance first crypto. And that's been our tagline for years. And the reason that really matters, right now in crypto, there's a lot going on. There's a collapse of a large crypto exchange called FTX. And there's the fallout of that has caused some other crypto companies to have challenges. The beauty is that our business is entirely regulated and compliant. We're a public company, so all of our financials and all of our assets have to be audited every year by KPMG, who is our auditor, and reported. And also we have to be audited by the government through in Canada for our exchange. It's through the Canadian Securities Administration. All of our customer assets have to be kept in cold storage and insured, can't be loaned out. All customer fiat that we have on our trading platform also has to be kept in a third-party trust account with a bank, and can't be touched and can't be used even or commingled with basically our own funds. But there's a huge opportunity in the market, and we'll talk about that as we go here. But by leading in compliance and being regulated, customers are coming to us now that we didn't have before because they're looking for a safe place to trade their crypto. And with our compliance and forensics business called Blockchain Intelligence Group, exchanges all around the world, banks and organizations that touch crypto need to know that they're safe and they can come to us and use our software to figure that out. So a bit of a preamble there today, but I thought that's really important. We are on the compliance side, the regulatory side, and that's always been our business model, is to make money by offering a safe and secure way to interact with the crypto markets. And with that, here is the structure of the business. So Bigg Digital Assets, public company, trades on the CSE under BIGG, trades on the QX in the States under BBKCF. And we own and operate three businesses. Netcoins, which is our crypto trading platform that I talked about. You can think of it as a Coinbase of Canada, but we're actually getting ready to launch Netcoins in the US in December. So this month, we're going to be going live. We're just finalizing banking, and the banking basically protocols are stronger than ever in the US with what has happened in crypto and some of the problems with FTX. So the banks are making double and triple sure that we're operating in a safe way and isn't going to expose them or any of our customers to any problems. Our second business is called Blockchain Intelligence Group. That is a crypto forensics company, software as a service, and we sell products to exchanges and financial institutions globally to track the movement of crypto and risk score crypto transactions. And then finally, we have TerraZero, which we own 30% of and is our Metaverse play. It's really exciting what's going on in Web3 right now, run by Dan Reitzik, and we'll talk about that business as we get into it. So we have three companies that we own and operate. And then we have some minority investments. We are in a company called ZenLedger, which is a crypto tax company run by Patrick Larson. Great company out of the States, providing software to help people figure out the taxes they owe on crypto. Liquid, which is a Lightning Network company run by Sean Anstey. That company is helping figure out the future of payments on crypto and specifically running on the Lightning Network over Bitcoin. And then finally, we have our own investments in Bitcoin. We have about 250 Bitcoin on the balance sheet that we hold and believe will be valuable for future valuation and for our treasury. And with that, we'll jump into each of the businesses here shortly. Just a few more slides to get us there. When you're looking at Bigg, why invest in Bigg? Well, there's a couple of things. Number one, it's 3-for-1 crypto. We actually have diversity in our revenue streams. We're not a one-trick pony. We have a trading platform. When trading gets hot, it prints money. And when trading is quieter, we have a forensics business. We have a software as a service business called Blockchain Intelligence Group, as we talked about. And it is, every month the revenue starts out where it ended last month because it's subscription based, and then we add new customers. And then we also have, outside of that, our Metaverse NFT play with TerraZero, which no matter what's going on in crypto, brands still want to access their customers through new ways and through the virtual internet, I guess you would say. Metaverse leaders, TerraZero, the second block here, they are working with companies like Molson Coors, Estee Lauder, Jimmy John's, major brands that are now trying to figure out how they're going to access their customers through Web3 and through an interactive and virtual environment. It's like 1997 in the internet when all major brands needed an internet strategy. Now all the major brands are realizing they need to have a metaverse strategy. And they're coming to TerraZero specifically as one of the leaders in the space to help them figure that out. We're funded for growth depending on the price of Bitcoin any given day. We have somewhere between 15 and 20 million in cash and crypto in our treasury. No debt, no loans to anyone. Very secure and safe. 250 of our own Bitcoins in treasury included in that number. So we're in a healthy financial position, of course, with our revenue generating businesses on top of that. We are somewhat agnostic to the price of crypto assets. And if Bitcoin goes down or Bitcoin goes up, we make money in either direction on the trading platform. Our software as a service business doesn't care at all what the price of Bitcoin is or any underlying crypto assets when people are using it to basically track crime or look at the risk profile of a user that's using their exchange, et cetera. We have a great management team. I'll walk through them in a few minutes. And we've all been with the business a long time. I've been running Bigg and Netcoins for 5 years. So we're not new to the space. And I'll talk to you about these guys. And we have lots of catalysts coming up. I just talked about our launch in the States. Moving into the States with Netcoins gives us an access to a market that's 10 times bigger than Canada. And we have figured out how to be, an excellent operating competitor in Canada in a regulated environment already. We've done that work over the last few years, and going into the States and being able to say, hey, we're a regulated, safe trading platform. It's really exciting to us because we believe there's significant demand. And even in the last 2 weeks, the demand for this kind of platform has gone up tremendously with the collapse of unregulated platforms and bankruptcies in the space like FTX. Next slide. Here we go. Quick trading snapshot, about 248 million shares outstanding. Fairly liquid stock. 30-day average volume is between Canada and the States, probably between 500,000 and 700,000 shares a day now. The research coverage on us has an 82-cent price target. I think last time I checked, we were trading, less than half of that, right? So there's a very significant upside in the space. We're probably at 25 cents, and the target across 4 different research firms that have looked at us, analyzed our business. I put an 82-cent Canadian price target. So lots of upside in the platform or in the investment. Annual revenue last 3 years, you can see that the company went from a startup, pre-2019, minimal revenue, finding product market fit, getting our businesses built, getting our products built, getting into market, and then seeing significant growth year over year. The exciting part about this business is it is running significant revenue generating assets. It's not an early stage business. We're not saying we're going to build something and have a plan to get into DeFi or something like competitors are saying in the marketplace. We're in the marketplace, have been for years, and generating significant revenue. My background is sales and marketing. It's working with companies to find product market fit for their products and then scaling them significantly. And that's exactly what we've been doing at Bigg for the last 5 years. We've been building products, finding ways to basically make our customers happy, find a need that they have, provide them with a product, whether it's a forensics product, a trading product, now a metaverse product with Terra Zero, and then scaling those businesses like you saw on that last chart for the revenue growth. Kim Evans is our CFO, amazing, longstanding CFO with the company, great cross-border experience, managing companies financially that operate on both stock on both sides of the border, Canada and the US, multi-jurisdictional, but also finance and revenue. Blockchain Intelligence Group is a global revenue stream, and Netcoins is about to become a revenue stream in Canada and the US. Lance Morgan is our president. He was actually the guy who co-founded Blockchain Intelligence Group. He knows more about crypto than most people on the planet. I like to say he's forgotten more about crypto than I'll ever know. He knows the bits and the bytes and the bolts, and how to track crypto through the blockchain, through a lot of different blockchains, and build software and make it easy for other people to understand the blockchain. And that's what their products do. And then finally, Fraser Matthews. He's our president at Netcoins, absolutely phenomenal leader and manager, comes from big fintech organizations, was with PwC, Tribal Scale. He has built challenger banks and scaled them. Challenger Bank, if anyone's wondering, is basically a bank that's built to compete with like the big five banks in Canada, and go head to head. Anyway, really excited to have Fraser scaling and building Netcoins. He's been undertaking the whole initiative to get Netcoins into the US, which is coming extremely quickly here now. Netcoins, won't spend too much time on each business other than to say the really amazing thing about this company is it was designed to make crypto easy to understand, easy to buy, easy to sell for our customers. And then we realized a couple of years ago that we think we should lead in regulation. We think there should be regulated entities that, you can put a stamp on us and say, hey, we're overseen by government regulation. Your funds are safe. Your trading is safe here. And we started that process in 2018. And it took years to build regulation. It didn't exist. And by September of 2021, we became the first trading platform in Canada, and one in the world, really, because most countries are behind Canada in terms of regulation, to be a licensed dealer of crypto. We were the first public company in Canada to have a licensed crypto trading platform. So very exciting with even what's going on in the market now. In November, we saw an increase in revenue after the FTX collapse, because people are looking for safe places to trade crypto. And that's what we're offering by being licensed, being ahead of the game, and of course, offering an absolutely great product. We do a lot of different advertising to let people know we're here, whether it's celebrity endorsements, newspaper, out of home, online, tons of great SEO type of stuff. If you search Buy Bitcoin Canada, you'll find us. We're right at the top. And people come, and we also have a tremendous referral program. People love to come to us by having friends tell them, hey, I've used Netcoins. It's really easy to use. They're licensed, they're regulated. It's a great place to do your trading. These stats, I got to do some updates here soon, but you can see the revenue growth in the platform across the left side, 2019, 2020, 2021, from 250 to 1.5 million to 12 million. Quarterly revenues have been ranging from $1 million to 175 the last couple of quarters, running 100,000 transactions plus a quarter. We now have something like 185,000 customer accounts. And the real point is we're built for scale. We've proven all this in Canada. And now, as we said, we're going to take this regulated platform that's grown up and take it into the States. We also have our Netcoins Pay credit card. It's one of the few cards in the world that's tied to crypto, and you actually get Bitcoin rewards. So when you go to your local merchant, you can use this card absolutely anywhere Visa is accepted. And the rewards program is we'll pay you in Bitcoin. So instead of getting, say, cash back or something else, the people that are in the industry love this. 1% cash back in Bitcoin. And our plan for this card in the future is to make it so you directly spend your Bitcoin as well if you choose to, or cryptos that you can pick from your account. So pretty cool, pretty exciting. And we're headed to the States. We're launching in 5 different states out of the gate with a population of somewhere around 75 million. So, twice as big as Canada, even in target market, just with 5 states right out of the gate. And then Q1, we're going to quickly follow and add state by state. The US regulatory framework is very much a state by state framework. So we'll be adding them as we can get through money transmission licenses and, with the real government oversight that's coming in crypto in the States because of some of the things that have happened. We're going to make sure that we launch with full approval of the authorities in each state, and they know that we're a great platform that they can trust. Jumping into the next business, Blockchain Intelligence Group. The mission of this company has been the same for years and years and years, to bring security and accountability to cryptocurrency. More relevant today than ever. Not any other company you're going to see in the crypto space owns exchanges and owns forensics companies under the same umbrella. And we think it's like absolute hand in hand. This business has two different products. One's called Clue, one's called BitRank Verified. The main product is Clue, and that's how you track the movement of crypto through the blockchain. We sell this technology to law enforcement all over the world, and they use it if someone comes to them and says, hey, my Bitcoin was stolen, for example. They can put a wallet address into Clue, and it will track it and show them everywhere it went on the blockchain. And the really amazing part is we've de-anonymized the blockchain. We actually have attributions where we can tell you that that wallet is a Coinbase wallet or a Kraken wallet or whatever exchange it sits at. So if the money goes around the world through 15, or 20 or 50 or 500 wallets and then lands in one, and it says our software can tell you it's a Coinbase, hot wallet, the authorities can call up Coinbase and say, here's a subpoena, freeze the coins in that wallet, and take it through a court case and see if they can have them recovered and brought back to the original person. But it's also used not just in theft. Anytime there's a crime where crypto is involved as a form of payment, whether it's drugs or money laundering or human trafficking, child pornography, fraud, the wide range of terrible things that happen in the world, if crypto is involved, they can track the money through Clue, the actual crypto that's used, and they can try to figure out where it came from, whose account it is. They can often track it back to source accounts, and they go to an exchange and say, it came from this wallet at your exchange. Who is the KYC user on that exchange or on that wallet? And the exchange will have to work with law enforcement and tell them, and then they can do their investigation. So there's been tools in law enforcement for hundreds of years tied to fiat currency, but there's been nothing until recently in terms of cryptocurrency, where we built these products. We also train organizations all over the world, whether they're banks, universities, government agencies, on crypto. We have something called the Certified Cryptocurrency Investigator course. And we charge a small amount of money for it. But the great thing about it is we show you our products while you're going through the course, and you're learning how to do crypto investigations with Clue. And then when you're done, guess what? The customers say, oh, I actually need some tools now. And then they will, obviously consider or buy our products because they just learned how to do investigations using those products. So it's a great marketing leader for us. And the last thing I'll say is there's only 5 real players in this space globally. It's a very tight competitive space. The market is actually going to grow tremendously quickly now, more than ever, with things like the FTX collapse, Three Arrows Capital, Voyager. Companies and organizations, whether they're banks, exchanges, law enforcement, need these tools, and they're going to have to come to one of the players on the screen. The valuations have gone up very significantly because of that, because everybody understands how big this market can get and how few players there are in it. CipherTrace was actually sold to MasterCard probably 6 months ago now. Time flies, because MasterCard understood that it was very hard to build one of these products. We have spent 6 years building Clue, 6 or 7 years, probably $25 million plus invested. And there is more than, I think the last number I saw, something like 8 billion attributions and risk scores inside of Clue. It's an absolutely gigantic big data product. And you can't replicate these products from scratch without years of time and energy and money. That's why MasterCard bought CipherTrace, because they needed a tool to understand what was going on through their network. So there's really only 4 players out there essentially competing for business now, and Clue is one of them. So we love where we are. We love where the market is going, and we'll keep building. And then finally, TerraZero, their whole reason for being is connecting brands with consumers ultimately. And they're where? The Metaverse. So originally, as I mentioned, brands connected with consumers in like retail stores and in the physical world. Then the internet was born, and then they had to connect with them in the internet. E-commerce came along. They came to Web 2.0, where it became social media and interactive. Now Web 3 is born, and the metaverse is the virtual world, and brands need to be in it. And that's what TerraZero does. They have multiple business units, but the big things are their development studio. This is where they build experiences for brands to put them in the metaverse, and I'll show you one in a second. They also do all sorts of other stuff, like provide infrastructure for brands going into the metaverse. They're involved in virtual real estate. They own virtual real estate for the investment purposes of it, but then they can rent it out to brands that want to stand up and experience. Maybe it's just for a week. Miller Lite put up a bar, which I'll show you in a second, for about a week around Super Bowl last year, and I think they're going to do it again. And they leased land from TerraZero and paid them, and then they were gone. And then TerraZero can lease or rent it to someone else, so they can be landlords in the metaverse. They can be owners of property. They can be experienced builders. It's pretty diverse and a wide range of revenue streams. Here are the revenue streams: land purchasing and selling, leasing and renting, building assets, so like building stadiums, arenas, office towers, clothes, wearables, all of those things they build for people or brands or companies in the metaverse. They can do land brokering, and they're getting into data, basically being able to collect and sell data and let people know, is that a good place to put a building? What is land worth in this area of the metaverse? And finally, event hosting. I love the Taylor Swift story lately, where people were trying to buy her tickets and crash Ticketmaster, and because there's only a set amount of concerts and a set amount of stadiums, but artists like Taylor Swift can run concerts in the metaverse, and could have 3 million people there. And it's being done. Basically, stars are showing up, and music celebrities. I think Jason Derulo launched his new single in the metaverse recently, this last summer. But TerraZero can build those experiences. They can set up the events. They can set up the organizations to actually do it. And there's the Miller Lite bar from the outside that they built for Super Bowl. Just one cool example. I think it was the most trafficked site on Decentraland for the week around Super Bowl. They used their TV ads to say, come to our Miller Lite bar. In fact, it's called the Meta Lite bar, like the Metaverse. And they then had a whole new way to interact with customers other than just showing them a TV commercial. They took them and captured them from the Super Bowl commercial, and then people came to the bar and they can interact with them and expose them to the brand. Almost to the end here. Where are we going? We're going to keep looking at strategic investments because of the downturn in the market. If there's something that is makes sense and is exciting and is a good company generating revenue, it might be something that we want to have as part of the Bigg family. We might also not see anything. We're very happy and content to keep building the businesses that we have. We are watching the market. Right now is not a good time to do any sort of stock list uplisting, I guess you'd say. But when the time is right, we intend to move to the TSX in Canada onto the Bigg board. But in the meantime, we're going to keep adding institutional investors. Calls like today's call, getting out there, getting in front of family offices and institutions and funds that understand where the future of crypto is going, and that it's going to be a future compliant and regulated market. And we're a leader in that space. I want us to be, if not the biggest, one of the biggest regulated, compliance crypto companies in the world. International expansion is part of that. USA for Netcoins coming now, continuing to add products. We're looking at all sorts of exciting new things for the new year around Netcoins, and I won't steal Fraser's thunder. I'll let him talk about that from the Netcoins side as they're ready to. And then finally, Blockchain Intelligence Group is going to continue to add blockchains. The more coins and chains that you can track using Blockchain Intelligence Group, the more valuable the software is. I think they're up to 12 chains now, including all the ERC20 tokens, and there's like 170,000 or something built on ERC on Ethereum, and they can track them all. And they have one of the only NFT explorers in the world, actually. And they've just released that in the past few months. So you can actually track the movement of an NFT. And if NFTs get stolen, which has started to happen, you can use Blockchain Intelligence Group to track it. And with that, I'll jump over to questions here in a second, the last few minutes, but here's my contact information, mark@biggdigitalassets.com. Feel free to reach out, either myself or Victoria from our investor relations team. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. We're excited about where Bigg is going. I'm looking forward to 2023. Get some of the structural problems in the industry behind us, right, and clean them out and move on. It doesn't impact blockchain. It doesn't impact Bitcoin. It doesn't impact digital currencies. It just impacts sentiment in the market. And we go through these cycles. We did it, 2018, 2019, there was a down cycle. During those cycles, we build products and we try to connect with customers. And because of that, when you come out of it, you have a strong, healthy company. Just having a quick look through some questions. If I see anything here, how many coins we have on the platform in the US? I think the plan out of the gate is to launch with all the same coins. We're using the same liquidity providers, et cetera. So we should have, 30 plus coins in the US, I hope. Progress on white labeling products. Yeah, we're continuing to talk to organizations about, we can back end and white label Netcoins for you guys. We are still in conversations. There's definitely a slowdown in organizations coming into the crypto market because of the economy, I guess, and the slowdown in the stock market. But when they're there, we're ready for them. Post FTX, have you any changes to your strategic plan? Not really. It reinforces the value of our plan, and it's to lead through regulation and compliance. To move into the U.S. with Netcoins, and I think that the U.S. market is screaming that it needs regulated, safe, compliant platforms for people to trade on. Certainly, our global push with Blockchain Intelligence Group, we're seeing more inbounds than we've seen in a long time. And of course, our outbounds are being received better, right? As we're going out to make sales, people are more interested because they're realizing the world has to move towards a compliant, safe future. And if they're in the industry or touch the crypto industry, they need tools to help them. And with that, I'm going to call it. Thanks very much, everyone, for coming today. It was really great to be able to give a quick update to existing investors and hopefully get some new people to see the story. So again, there's my contact information. And